Welcome back, everybody, once again to Lambo News. Today's video. Nice. I'm gonna leave that in there. Today's, I almost said it again. Today's car of the day, holy crap, is the Overflood Autarch. This car is a $1,955,000 spaceship on wheels. Look at this thing. But anyways, though, right now, Jake Paul. I already made a video about the whole situation with the FBI raiding his house. I'll see if I can link that in the description of this video. But, like I said before though, the FBI has raided Jake Paul's house. We do have a little bit of update on that situation as well. Apparently they went there due to the looting situation at the P.F. Chang's. Like, there was a whole bunch of damage done there, and they just kind of left, so they had to go down there, I guess, and, you know, raid his house, I guess. So, Jake Paul is an idiot, as we already know, for doing that, because he literally recorded himself committing criminal acts. Like, that is a stupid thing to do, man. If I was gonna commit a crime, I don't think I'd be recording that and posting it to YouTube for the cops to see. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, it's also ridiculously retarded to do that. But at the same time, it's Jake Paul. What do you expect from him? But FBI raided his house, and they actually recovered multiple firearms, including rifles and snipers. Let me just get that through your head. Jake Paul was in possession of firearms. Firearms that could do some serious damage. Like, we're not talking about, like, little police handguns. No, we're talking about rifles. Now, as for what kind of rifles, I don't know. But, I used to be a gun fanatic. I'm not really much of a gun fanatic anymore. I still do have my knowledge of guns from being a gun fanatic, but I'm not really into guns like I used to be. But I can still say this as that definitive fact. If there's one person that should not be owning guns at all, it is Jake Paul. Alright, he should not even be close to a firearm. Alright, a firearm shouldn't even be near Jake Paul at any time. It doesn't matter what is going on, Jake Paul needs to stay away from all the firearms. Alright, let alone own one. Should not be owning a firearm. But there's also something else that came up, and this honestly could be the fall of Jake Paul. Alright, if this is not taken care of, then Jake Paul, not him himself, but his channel, as well as his entire career, could be dead. And what am I talking about? Well, it was actually found out that Jake Paul had a federal lien, and I'm not talking about like leaning on something. It's spelled L-E-I-N, a lien. And this is something that basically, let's say you have a car, a Ford Fusion, and the check engine light has come on it. Or you take it to the mechanic, and they take a look at it, and they're going to charge you a price for checking out your entire engine, alright? And then you don't pay it because either you can't afford it, or you just refuse to pay it, then they can file a federal, or not really federal, but just a lien against you. Which is basically kind of like an IOU, except it needs to be paid a lot faster. So, yeah. But apparently Jake has a federal lien on him that is valued at, get this, over $2 million. So, Jake Paul gets his house raided by the FBI due to a rioting and looting situation that happened during the whole George Floyd situation, which is, I believe, still going on right now. Alright? Correct me if I'm wrong, though. Alright? Then his house gets raided by the FBI, and multiple firearms are recovered from his house. And now we're getting word that he has a federal lien on his ass. He has a federal lien on him, valued at over $2 million in taxpayer money, as far as I know. It's about taxes. Taxes. He owes $2 million in taxes. That's insane. Do you know how much $2 million is? That is the price of 10. Not 1, not 2, not 3, 10 Lamborghini Huracans. Alright? 10 Lamborghinis. He owes the value of 10 Lamborghinis in tax money to the federal government. That is insane. I don't know whether I should be concerned or amazed by the level of stupidity. This guy is a freaking celebrity, and he's got a mansion and all these nice, expensive cars. I think he has a Ferrari and a Lamborghini. I could be wrong on that, though. You know, I could see Jake Paul making some ludicrous purchases, like a Bugatti or a Koenigsegg. I could see him buying that kind of thing. And on top of that, he has like a multi-million-dollar mansion that has been raided by the FBI now, so there's probably some stuff broken in there that he now has to replace, and that's going to cost even more money. Like, he's in a really bad situation right now. He really is. And it's so bad to the point where this could be the end of Jake Paul. Alright? And honestly, if there's one thing, if Jake Paul does end, like his career on YouTube ends, and he kind of like applies for bankruptcy or something, then all I'm going to say is, I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner. Alright? With the level of stupidity that Jake Paul has, or just the Paul brothers in general, excuse me, I'm just surprised it didn't happen sooner. Because the Paul brothers are some of the biggest idiots on the platform. I'm not even gonna don't even get me started on some of the stupid stuff we had, like Logan with the suicide forest situation, and somehow I don't know how they still managed to stay monetized after showing that on on screen, but they somehow did it. There was the Jake Paul, I already said this here, but there was the whole rioting situation, and now we have word that he has a federal lien against him for over $2 million. Like, that's amazing, honestly. It's amazing that Jake Paul is this stupid. But then again, though, who is it really surprising? But at the end of the day, everybody, those are just my opinions. What do you guys think of this whole situation? What do you think is going to happen to Jake Paul as a result of this? And do you think that his career could possibly be coming to a close here? And also, if you have a different opinion, if you have a different reason why than I do, post it in the comment section below. I'll be sure to read it and heart it. But anyways, though, this has been Lambo News, and signing out.